Hello, this is James. Today we have that Tenkabito anti-trap, Wildebeest, anti-meta, Wildebeest deck. And the worth of running these anti-trap monsters, we need look no further than the top 3 cards in order of popularity, and the 3 incredibly powerful traps that are incredibly common and can be used in every deck, and are. So we have Treacherous Trap Hole, Wall of the Daddy, Paleozoocanadia, Tenkabito, and Wildebeest. Do not care about that at all. So let's build our anti-meta deck. We're going to use a mix of defensive and offensive spells and defensive and offensive traps. So for our spells, we're going to be using 2 Super Rush, 2 Forbidden Chalice, 2 Mage Power, and 1 Bashing Shield. Sometimes you just need that little bit of extra 400 points on your monster. Sometimes you need to negate a Dome Pop. Forbidden Chalice is good in both cases. And for our traps, we have 1 Needle Ceiling, because Needle Ceiling is hilarious in this deck. 2 Daddies, 1 Mirror Wall, this is the 3rd Daddy. 2 Treacherous Trap Hole. And you may be wondering, why run 2 Treacherous in a deck that already has 4 other traps? And that's because Treacherous wins games. The 2-for-1 value really cannot be beaten. That's why it's number 1 in popularity. And we still need a couple more cards. And for that spice, which is nice, we're gonna do 2 Swords Woman. A wild woman appears, the 3rd Musketeer, bearing a sword as is necessary to be inducted into this august brotherhood. Now, what's the reason for this tech? What's the reason for Amazon as Swordswoman? Basically, these guys, they're only good when they're paired with Bashing Shield or Mage Power. When they're boosted up and attack in some way, and they can defeat the majority of monsters. Otherwise, they just ignore traps, but they get steamrolled by like every monster, right? Including the foot soldiers of the Masked Hero Club. But Amazon as Swordswoman, when you clutch draw her and you just need that extra to beat a Masked Hero player that has an Anki out, Amazon as Swordswoman is great because you don't need Wildheart plus Mage Power to boost him up. You just need Swordswoman reflecting that damage back. Balance skill, so we're going to get 1 monster, 1 spell, 1 trap. We're going to have a great spread in every opening hand. And 21 cards, because sometimes you're locked out, your opponent is locked out, and this just turns into a drawing battle back and forth. Okay, second against Zane Truesdale. Okay, so he opens Vion and polymerizes into a dangerous. We're gonna go Tenkabito and Needle Ceiling and Treacherous Trap Hole. I don't want to risk the Mage Power yet, so I'm not gonna play it. Oh, and here's these cold reads. So I pop the Treacherous. So I can pop 2 of his monsters and then lose Tenkabito, and then kind of muddle through with Wildheart. Or I can make those cold reads. I know he's gonna mass change, so I go Treacherous, target the Shien and the attacking Celestial. He just pops mass change because that's what Masked Hero players do. They protect with the mass change. Brings out his Anki, but he should have been thinking about that Needle Ceiling. Board wipe. And now we have the conditions for game. Sometimes it's good to get greedy. Second against Hodion. Hodion with his harem. Oh, but little does he know, we have a traitor to the harem. Oh, I'm sorry, sweeties. I'm gonna play you in the KC Cup. You know I love you best. Okay, so we open a Princess and ambush and another set. But this is Odeon. We don't care about the traps, but we do care about the Cosmic Cyclone. This is why we don't risk the Mage Power unless we absolutely have to. Anyway, Cosmic Cyclone onto the Mage Power. We destroy the Princess, but not before he special summons another Princess and searches Will Power. That's okay. We have Mirror Wall, we have Treacherous. We're protected. Alright, so Princess crashes into Tenkabito to no effect, and then we just kind of trade 300 damage back and forth. Normal summon the Swordswoman, Because this guy, he's running Cosmic Cyclone, number 4 in popularity. He could have an enemy controller, and that's what Swordswoman is there to guard against. But he goes to crash the woman into Tenkabito. So we're gonna pop both Queen and Swordswoman. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to finagle Swordswoman getting the effect damage. That's why this play looks kind of goofy. So we don't pay for the wall, and we have it. We have lethal damage. 800 from the Swordswoman, 900 from the Swordswoman, 900 from the Swordswoman would have been perfect. The rebellion against the Queen, but he has a Karibo of all things. Odeon players are getting smart. All right, so anyway, Swordswoman rebellion does not go through. I lose my Tenkabito to damage and a direct attack from the Swordswoman, but fortunately we draw an Elemental Hero Wildheart proof against the traps, clear the field, and no monster in hand. We activate Balance. We have Woman, we have Bashing Shield, we have Wall of Daddy, and we have Tenkabee, and we have non-Hodeon Harem. Curious. That's okay. We're gonna go Tenkabee and Bashing Shield, and we're gonna hit this princess for 1300 damage. A second princess, so this is a lucky Joey boy. Princess attacks and searches Amazoness Tiger, and then I think the opponent summoned Queen too late, perhaps. And perhaps that was intentional, so that the princess wouldn't be stuck up on the field. But Queen goes for the attack, and we hit her with the daddy. Okay, first against the harem. This is actually good for us. We get our trap set up. Ooh, there's that treacherous. You only want to see that treacherous opening hand. And then we're gonna go Mage Power and Treacherous Trap Hole. So the thing about it, right? Mage Power is offensive in that it makes your Tenkabito huge, and he can destroy monsters. But it's defensive in that he can't be destroyed if you don't have to play your traps before you are ready. But this is treacherous, so we can just go hog wild. So Princess searches ambush. Tenkabee, not afraid of the ambush. Princess doesn't go for it. We boost him up even more, and we attack with a second Tenkabee, and we attack into Swordswoman with the Mage Power. If this had been Bashing Shield, Swordswoman would not have been able to reflect damage because Bashing Shield prevents battle damage from the monster that it's equipped to. Okay, so another Princess. And Princess attacks into a Wall of the Daddy. Odeon player defends, or attempts to defend with the Paleozoic Canadia. Only 600 damage. And we have another set. Oh no, we equip the Bashing Shield, so no battle damage, right? Protects from the Swordswoman battle damage. And actually, the Queen, Tiger, Swordswoman, like the Holy Trinity of the Amazoness, is very tricky for this deck to get over, so you need to make sure to get rid of those Tigers as soon as possible. A third Tenkabee, bringing back the willpower. But see, this Tenkabito, equipped with Bashing Shield, attacked the Swordswoman, no battle damage. And we attack directly for game. Here we're going second against Zane Truesdale. Zane Truesdale always thinks cyber style. Always. Alright, so that was a midfielder swapped out for a Dunkage. And we're just gonna have to go for it. So we're gonna go for the full Mage Power onto the Dunker, because with one boost onto Dunker from the field spell, Dunker is bigger than as big as we can possibly get our Tenkabito. Also why we have Amazoness Swords. She can put that 1500 points of hurt onto that Zane player. Anyway, so we're gonna go into this midfielder. Now the reason that he's playing these traps, these aren't misplaying. he's stalling. He's trying to stall. So he plays the Canadian to get into the graveyard. Plays the Drowning Mirror Force. Oh, Drowning Mirror Force. In any other situation, this would be hilarious for him. So Drowning Mirror Force has no effect, but Paleozoic Canadia can defend the life points. Buys him another turn to draw into... I think he was looking for the field spell. Yeah. Yeah, because he could have gone... Because he had the midfielder. He could have normal summoned the midfielder and then traded it for... And then searched the dunker and then special summoned the dunker. And then, you know, gone that way. But he didn't luck out. And we get to attack directly. This is a great anti-meta deck because the meta right now is so heavily in favor of traps. Thank you for watching.